All right. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Dude, I Don't Know. And today we're going to be talking about probably the hottest thing in gaming right now, and that is Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout mode.
Yes, I am very excited because, as a lot of you probably know, to September 10th on PS4, a lot of gameplay came out. Is beta finally went live, and we saw, of course, a bunch of YouTubers and whoever playing the crap out of Blackout and loving the crap out of Blackout. Um, a lot of it was very positive and just very good feedback overall.
Yeah, and I think the first thing I just wanted to bring up, though, was essentially the future of PubG because of Blackout. I think on October 12th, which is the day that Black Ops 4 will release, I think that date is officially the death of PUBG.
I totally agree with that. I mean, if you just look at it so far, Blackout's in beta, okay, and already people are saying and already switching to Blackout because how smooth it is, how well it runs, how well the shooting is, the movement, everything. It's essentially like PUBG, but what PUBG
Actually
should
good, yeah.
be in a sense, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
and I was just gonna say, like, I think, and I guess our next point is, obviously I think PUBG is gonna die. I don't think there's really any question about that. Because if you look at, you have to pay for PUBG, but you also have to pay for Call of Duty, and sure, Call of Duty's $30 more, but you're getting a multiplayer mode and a zombies mode, so it is kind of worth it. So I think we can kind of put away that PUBG is gonna die at this point.
Yeah, we can officially make that a statement. Could we be wrong? It's possible,
Sure,
but
yeah.
just very unlikely. So
Right.
we can leave the statement on that.
Yeah. Now the next kind of question is, why are people switching, or why do people like a Blackout so much more than PUBG? And I think it can be summed up pretty simply, just with the idea that Blackout is, well, and this sounds super cliche, but Blackout is battle royale the Call of Duty way, like they said in the commercial.
Very well
Um,
said, though.
but it's true. It's just the truth. Like, Blackout is battle royale the way Call of Duty would have done battle royale, and spoiler alert, that's just really good, and people are gonna love it.
Exactly. Let's take a look at like past Call of Duties and how Call of Duty, what that statement really means. Okay, Call of Duty and like my opinion, especially Treyarch, they're shooting the things they come up with, how smooth their games are, how well their maps are built. All of that is they're always a step above, okay, other shooters, I would say. You take that and simply put it into a battle royale, all those good things that Call of Duty brings, and put it into a battle royale, people are going to be excited. People are going to like it. It's simply how it is. I mean, some say like, yeah, Call of Duty was like finally dying, this and that, but like Call of Duty still is known as one of the best first-person shooters. It's, and stats show it's one of the most popular as well, like throughout the years. Maybe not recently, but definitely in the past. And with them doing battle royale and bringing in that Call of Duty experience with it, people are going to get excited. People are going to love it. I mean, and people already are. It's just that Call of Duty feel and that realistic shooter. Like, this isn't a kind of Fortnite third-person shooter, like, how would I put it, goofy kind of gameplay. This is realistic, aim down sights, kind of like hardcore skill, no RNG bullet stuff. Like, this is a hardcore, realistic battle royale, and I would say the first good one of it as well.
Yeah, I think if you look at all the, I guess, kind of popular battle royales that are out, which obviously are Fortnite, PUBG, and then you could say Realm Royale, and then you maybe could say that Islands of Nine game, that I think is still in like an alpha or a beta. Those are really the only things you can play that are popular battle royales, and in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people's opinion, Call of Duty has the best battle royale right now. By far, just the best gunplay, the tighter controls, probably the best graphics, depending on if you like cartoon graphics or not. And just the map, right? The map itself has pieces of other maps that we already know and love.
True. One thing
Yeah.
Treyarch does really, really well is that, I mean, they've created maps like Nuketown that people kind of just fell in love with. Just, I mean, the essence of it, the lore behind it, all of that, and bringing that into one large map that people can experience, it gets people going, it gets people excited, and I think it's just very, very smart of them. Because they're things people remember and they can reminisce on while fighting on that map. I know they like talked about it in all the interviews and such, but just it's just very smart of them is what I want to say, and it makes people excited, which I think is like a strong focus. If you can get like your target audience or whoever excited for the game, so when it does drop, people are going to love it even more, than I don't know now, I would say.
Right. I mean, I think, and we didn't really discuss this, but I think now thinking about it now, I think this might be the revitalization of Call of Duty.
True.
Not now to me, not in exactly a good way, because I wasn't very impressed with the multiplayer, and there is no single player, which is a huge letdown for me. But just in terms of player count, in terms of people playing Call of Duty, this could be like the new era. This could be like the new revitalization of Call of Duty.
Yeah, let's keep in mind as well that it's still in beta. They have, I would say, a month or so of retouching up and making things look better maybe or feel better, even though they already feel great. There's still some time for them to make it better. So we don't even know how the final is going to be or what they're going to do, and it's already looking pretty good. So
right, yeah,
it can only go up from here.
Right, exactly. One thing I was shocked with was I think I was watching Shroud and some other people, and they were saying that the inventory system was a little cluttered or a little slow. But that's obviously on console, and if you get on a PC, it's going to be a lot easier. But it's pretty. The reception has been really, really solid. Like, people have just been liking it from the get-go. And that's actually surprising, because I think a lot of times when a game is in beta or even alpha or whatever, and especially when it's a multiplayer game, people have a laundry list of things that they either don't like about it, or they need to be fixed, or they need to be balanced.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, people are just honestly praising the game. They just think it's fun. It seems balanced. It doesn't and because it's battle royale, everybody already knows what to do. You know what I mean?
Very true.
You don't have to teach anybody anything, because everybody knows what battle royale is. This is just battle royale in probably the best possible conditions, and I think that's just why it's thriving right now.
Very true. Couldn't agree more. But to wrap this up, let's talk about something very large and kind of a battle that might go on here. And let's talk about, could BlackOut, I don't want to say kill, but could BlackOut compete with Fortnite? And what do you think that's what's going to go on between those two? How do you think it's going to work? Do you think people are going to transfer over to BlackOut? Do you think it's not going to do anything and the Fortnite fan base is going to stay there? Or I don't know. How do you think that's going to work?
I think it's tough. It's really tough, because Call of Duty, if you look at the numbers, Call of Duty for the most part still sells pretty well, and they still have a pretty high player count, and so it's not like it's not like Call of Duty is dying. I mean, it's in a low point. Let's be honest, it definitely is in a rut, but Call of Duty still sells, and I think this BlackOut mode is going to be a huge selling point. And so basically, you have the biggest free game on Earth right now, which is Fortnite, and then you have a $60 game in Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
We already know people are going to buy Call of Duty, right? Like, there is going to be that core fan base, or even
True.
like new people that are going to buy Call of Duty no matter what it's called, no matter if it's boots on the ground or not. Like, those people are going to buy Call of Duty. I think it really depends on how many people they can get to buy Call of Duty to play the Battle Royale. Because, again, we've seen zombies, we've seen multiplayer. Like, that, to me, that hasn't changed a lot. What's new is the Battle Royale. And so I think it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough because Fortnite is so, like, ingrained in society almost now. like it's part, like it's a culture thing now. It's gonna be very hard to get people to switch, especially since it's a $60 game. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, what were you gonna say?
going off that, like, the money aspect is, I would say, an effect, but I don't want to say it's too much of an effect, because if you look at how much money is spent on Fortnite for simple emotes and simple dances, is stupid. So I think that $60 gap will not mean much in the end. Okay. What I think what's going to happen though is, so all the casuals that kind of play, maybe got a console just to play Fortnite, or simply are playing games to play Fortnite, I think the hype behind BlackOut is going to get big enough to kind of draw some of those casuals over to playing BlackOut. And if they like it enough to, at first at least, to keep playing it, or like, at least invest a little bit into it, I think that might just simply take away from like the Fortnite fan base. But it's also like a 50-50, I would say, because it's very different. It's a lot more skill based, I would say, and like aiming based than Fortnite, obviously, and it's not as, goofy fun like Fortnite. But I think some of the hardcore players and some of the, more into it kind of players will definitely move over and at least try and invest time in the BlackOut from Fortnite. Now, the biggest challenge I would say Treyarch has, though, okay, and that Fortnite has over it, is what Fortnite does really, really well, and just like a lot of top games that are out there, is they're constantly updating, they're constantly coming out with new content and new things to keep players interested. If Treyarch can't figure out a way to, keep coming out with things and keep players interested, I think they won't last as long as they want to. Because especially in this day and age, with like Fortnite setting the bar very, very high, it's going to be hard to simply keep players and keep a fan base if you're not giving them new content. Because that's kind of the norm right now, I would say, is these like Epic Games and even Riot Games with League of Legends, they come out with new content every few weeks or so, and that's, again, it's a very high bar. But if Treyarch can do that and give either like new weapons or new fun things in the Battle Royale mode, then they have a very good shot of being like way, way up there, making a lot of money and doing very great. But it's a high hurdle, but if they do it, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. And I was just going to say, like, about Fortnite versus Call of Duty again. It's like, okay, Fortnite is a third-person shooter, right? That is, you can't really be accurate. You can, but it's hard to be accurate with it. When was the last time you heard anyone be like, "Oh yeah, I want to play a third-person shooter"? Like,
very true.
Like I would like, if I'm playing a competitive game or I'm playing a shooter, I most likely want to play a first-person shooter. And so I think a majority of people are going to want to play BlackOut more than Fortnite, just for the simple fact that it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. I mean, people who like shooters will always, maybe not always, but will most likely prefer first person over third person. Like, it's simple. If you like shooters, that's just what you go to.
Yeah, and I think the only reason people were playing Fortnite is because it's free and it's easy to pick up, and it's basically just because it's free. You know what I mean? And the controls are good for a third-person game, but
yeah, I agree completely. But yeah, we will wrap it up there. Again, please leave any comments. Please leave likes if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button, because why not? Till next time, though, stay in touch. Keep playing games. Keep doing you. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Have a great day.
Peace.
Drop incoming. Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. barricade and how to look.